Hello everybody and welcome to my review of Season 2 of My Beautiful Man. This will be a pretty short one since the sequel was only 4 episodes and mostly rehashes the same themes that were touched on in the first season, so I don't have too much to add on that. But overall, it was another fun and entertaining ride. I think it was an excellent follow-up to the first season, and Hira is finally starting to grow, so I'm so glad that that happened. In this season, Hira and Kiyoi are living together and pretty much just navigating their everyday new couple's life and also their careers. But Hira still considers himself unworthy of Kiyoi, so their dynamic is still very much that of an idol and a fan, even though this isn't what Kiyoi wants and just wants Kira to treat him as an equal. I honestly felt so bad for Kiyoi this season. I think he's grown and changed so much compared to how he was in the first season. He's a lot more patient with Hira now, probably because they've been together for a while now, so he's learnt to adapt and he communicates with Hira more honestly and openly. Whereas in the previous season, when Hira couldn't read between the lines and understand Kiyoi's mixed signals, Kiyoi would get all mad and read the situation and Hira's intent all wrong. Kiyoi even tries to encourage Hira professionally and give him career goals to motivate Hira and to help him grow and become more confident. So I liked Kiyoi even more this season and I loved what they did with his character. However, unfortunately, Hira has trouble meeting Kiyoi in the middle. And even though Hira is the one doing all the so-called adult stuff, like the housework, the cooking, the cleaning, and all the chores, I feel like Kiyoi is really the one out of the two of them who has to put in the real effort and do all the work in their relationship to keep it going. I won't spoil anything, but in one of the episodes, Hira says something to Kiyoi that is so heartbreaking and so infuriating that I personally would have given up on Hira right then and there. It would just be so frustrating and lonely to have a partner like that, who only reveres you and doesn't want to try and understand you or be on equal grounds. Hira's just so trapped in his own bubble of insecurities and self-loathing that he can't see anything outside of it. The term selfish was floated around again this season to describe Hira's behavior, and I have to agree that it's really true. Hira is extremely self-absorbed and doesn't truly see anyone else around him. Hira just wants the fantasy of Kiyoi, not Kiyoi himself. And honestly, I feel like Kiyoi deserves someone better, who values him for him and not place him on a pedestal to just be viewed from a distance. I found myself, particularly in this season, getting really irritated every time Hira apologized for every single little thing, and that usually didn't even warrant an apology. And it was also frustrating the way that whenever Kiyoi tried to connect with him or when they were having a moment, Hira would instantly retreat into his shell and jump to fiddling with his camera and start taking photos of Kiyoi and say he can't help it because Kiyoi is so beautiful. So in that regard, Hira really got on my nerves this season. I like their high school reunion though, and Hira realizing that everyone's moved on and only he's stayed the same. So I'm glad that we eventually get to see him start taking steps towards working on himself, but he still has a long way to go. One scene that was really hilarious though was Hira screaming his head off in one of the episodes because he was frustrated at himself. And I think this is really an attest to the actor who plays him, Riku Hagiwara, because he does such a phenomenal job at playing Hira. I didn't mention in my previous review, but he plays the role so brilliantly, especially in the body language, like the way his shoulders hunch and his head is bowed and how he shuffles as he walks. Like this character's social anxiety and extreme shyness is so strong in just the body language alone. I'll also commend Yusei Yagi because he does a fantastic job as Kiyoi as well, especially in the micro expressions and conveying how Kiyoi is meant to be feeling in that moment. So these actors both sell their characters extremely well, and the chemistry between them was so good, and that's what made this series really work for me and kept me entertained. I just really bought these two characters. I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I didn't know that there was a movie released in Japan last month for My Beautiful Man, because I was in Japan at the time, so I could have gone to see it, but I guess I'll just have to wait like everybody else until it's released internationally. And that's it for my review on Season 2. So even though I found the romance in Season 1 kind of questionable, I think they really made it work for them in Season 2. So hopefully Hira continues to grow and can one day meet Kiyoi as his equal and just be more confident in himself and who he is. I'm not completely plugged into the world of BL dramas, but My Beautiful Man is one of the best ones I've seen. In terms of its characters, their dynamic, and the complexity of them as individuals and as couples, that's just something that I don't often see in BL dramas, or maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. So if you know of any other dramas that are like this one, please let me know in the comments below and I will definitely check it out. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you did, and let me know what your thoughts on this season were in the comments below. If you want to hear more about my random ramblings and thoughts on the shows that I watch, please consider subscribing. Take care for now, and I'll catch you next time.